Coming up on the next episode. Good morning, YouTube. Here on a Wednesday. It is a 11:14 and now in the AM. Just had to look at the clock. Wasn't really sure. Here on the at the bench, on the bench, wherever I'm at, I'm here. I'm constructing the couplet. What do you? However you guys want to pronounce that word for the global WAG radio. I almost forgot my little acronym now. So I'll flash up a picture of it, and you can see by the picture C15. It is a coupling cap for between the first AF and the audio output tube, as well as some other items that are going down into the set. One goes to ground, one lead of it. 470K ohm resistor and a 250 microfarad, which is a picofarad. And the other side has the identical same network, but it goes to a different spot. And I probably power, I would think, of some kind. Not much power because there's only 75 volts on that detector. But anyway, there was some confusion. If you look at that, it says 200 mmF total, and it points to both capacitors. Now, the way I look at that, if it was just me and nobody else giving me whispering in my ear, as it were, I would have said 125 each. That would have been my, thing. So, what do I know? Both Bob and Brendan said that no, that's 250 each. So that's what I'm going to do. I only have 220 picofarad caps, unless I buy some more. So I'm waiting to hear back from Bob, and I will double check with Brendan as well. But to see if that is in fact good enough for the little network there. And I don't know yet that I'm going to put it in anything. I may just construct it and let it be all hanging out in the breeze, because what does it matter? Of course, I thought first of 3D printing something, and Bob suggested putting it on a perk board, which probably would be a good idea. And I was going to take the perk board and put that inside a little 3D printed case. So we'll see. I don't know. It's not a big deal one way or the other. I could whip up a case for that pretty darn quick on the Tinkercad. So that's one thing. And now the other thing is items in the mail. I neglected to show you guys this. It came in the mail probably a week ago, maybe even longer. I don't know. But I had ordered this, or I had actually been watching it on eBay, and finally the price came down to a reasonable amount. I think 7 something for it. It had been, I think, double that, so I bought it. And what it is this. You guys may know what it is. You guys may have seen one of these before. It's a remote control AC controller. In other words, you can hook this up to your house power and put a plug on it, and then anything you click the clicker for will turn on. And what I wanted that for was for my Magnavox stereo, because I want to make a player out of it, and eventually, and that's one of my goals, long-term goals. You guys know how that works. That also, I think, is going to go into the spare bedroom, the Magnavox, because it takes up a lot of room, and it would be better off in there, because I'm going to be working on it on the bench once I get the bench constructed. Also, as if that wasn't enough, yesterday this arrived. This is a radio, and in fact it is a radio from IC Station, FM radio. I'll flash up a picture of that. That is coming up on a very, very future, not very future, but a very soon video coming to a computer near you, as Bill says. Hi, Bill. So they sent me that, and asked me if I wanted to do a review on it, and I did. So appreciate that very much from IC Station, and we will get that put together. I have heard rumors that that is a difficult kit to build. Bob has built it, and he has apparently found another manual online and sent me the manual for that. So I do have that now as well. So that's going to probably come in handy. So looking forward to that. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to flash up a picture of a desk, and you'll see. Now, this desk that's in the picture is 56 inches long. That is a total of 8 inches longer than the one I have. Now, that's not what I wanted. I wanted something 12 inches longer than I have. In other words, 5 foot. It's only 56 inches, so that's 4 inches short there, but pretty darn close. The width is probably the same as what I have. 2 foot, I think, is what it was. 24 inches. 30-inch high. That's about the same. Of course, the drawers, very close to what I have as far as the difference. They're obviously a little bit wider, and I think my where you sit is probably just a little bit wider as well. Guys asking, I think, $30 for it, and it's all the way up in Greenwood, or no, I'm sorry, Bloom. What is the name of that? Bloomington. I couldn't think of it. Not impossible, but you know, I'd have to either borrow a truck or have somebody go pick it up for me. That would be more than likely my son-in-law or my grandson. They both have trucks. So not that heavy, obviously, but at the same time, just not sure. On one hand, if I build the desk into a workbench like I did this, then what do I do with this? So, you know, there is a possibility, I suppose, I could leave this desk in here. Not what all I have combined with it, but the desk. And then if I need to work something one night or something like that, just, you know, go over to the bench and do something. It wouldn't have to be, like I said, all this. All of this is going to be moved into the new digs. And so that's for sure going to happen. But the desk, I'm just not sure about. I don't know. I think if I do that, I'm going to still have to modify it just a little bit. What I had thought about doing is still getting a piece of something. I don't want to use that little white sheet that I've got. That's too thin, and I want something a little thicker than that. So just considering that, and like I said, that desk has been on the Facebook Marketplace for a few days, so it's not. I don't think it's going anywhere right away, but you never can tell. So that's that. Like I said, it may happen, it may not. You never can tell. I don't know. Again, I'd have to have somebody line somebody up to go get it, and you know that's gas. Bloomington's not close by. It's not unobtainable. You know what I mean? And if I got my son-in-law, I think he's fairly familiar with Bloomington, and he would be a better one to have on the journey. So obviously he's going to have to. I'm going to have somebody help load it. I can't load it by myself. Of course, I'm sure probably somebody there probably could help me load it, but then you know, stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see. It's just a thought. I got on Facebook Marketplace and was looking around last night, and I found 3 desks. I found one that was, I thought, absolutely perfect. It was a metal desk, and the looks in the picture like, oh man, this is just what I want. It had, you know, it's the same layout as this. Well, it's metal. It was rounded instead of squared off. And I thought, man, if that's just the right size. Well, it turns out it's exactly the same size as what I got. It won't work. So, and it was free. Of course, it was in Bloomington too. But like I said, that's what you got. So again, that's a possibility. Get the free one, and then I'm gonna have to put a new top on it anyway. I don't know. It's just all these different things, you know, that I've been thinking about. I've got a little time to do this because I want to get this Brendan's project done with the WAG radio and get that started, or not started, but do a test in here, because that's where I'm pretty sure when I move to the new place, place, new room, that the reception will be much better in there. I'm very sure of that. So that's that, and so that's all that's going on today. Like I said, I'm waiting to hear back from Bob. In the meantime, I may go in and message Brendan, email him and see what he says. And like I said, I don't think 220 versus 250 would make that much of a difference, but again, I'm not the expert. Like I said, if it were me, I would use the 220, instead of trying to buy a 250. So, that's me. So we'll see if it's something critical. Like I said, the one goes to ground. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything RF involved. It might be a drain for if there's any RF left. I don't know. I don't think so though. I really don't. Let's see if I can get down here and look at this. Where am I at? There am I at. See where that one goes. It goes to, B plus. So one's B plus. That's the 75 volts. That's where you get your voltage for the detector tube there. And the other one is ground. Of course, it's through a 470K ohm resistor. And again, if that's bleeding off, RF, what's the other one going the other way doing? That makes no sense. I don't know. But anyway, I do have the. I don't even know if I showed you that, but I do have them here. I've got this in this version. That's the O2 coupling cap. Then I've got my resistors. Of course, they're just half watt resistors, which should be fine. I'm only going to pick up one because I can only get a hold of one. But there you go. There's that. You see that. So that's that, and hopefully I can get that resolved today, if not without having to order something. That would be a plus. So I've got to go pick up some drugs. Oh, I love my drugs. You guys know how I am. And then I'm going to try to get this, if I can use the 220s, I'll try to get this thing coupled. I'll try to get this thing made today and decide what I want to do as far as where to put it and how to do it and things like that. I may take a look at the original and see what that one looks like. In fact, that might be a good idea right now, just to see how big of a device it is, and that would tell me a little bit. I don't know if it would tell me a lot. I also let me show you something here. You can see these have tube shields on each one of these, and that's okay. But this shield here is more fully formed all the way around the tube, and it was down here on the detector. Now I don't know that has to be. I think it's loose. Needs to be tightened up a little bit. There you go. That tightened it up. No, it didn't tighten up much. But anyway, I don't know why it would be on this. I mean, why would you need the extra shielding for a detector tube? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Unless it's picking up, maybe they're thinking it would pick up stray signals. I don't know. But so I put it here. That's the oscillator tube. I thought maybe that might be a better thing. I don't know. I may be wrong there too. So, and I really don't know that the oscillator would get into anything anyway. It's the rest of this radio. So I may switch them back. I just thought about that. That may be picking from picking up a stray signal from somewhere else and detecting that. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I did do that. So that's that. Here, so you can see my beautiful face. I think I'm going to order groceries this week. Today is payday, by the way. I didn't know if I told you that. Going to order groceries. I've been eating out the last few days. I think I had Wendy's chili, not yesterday, day before yesterday. And then before that I had KFC. You heard me slurping on the drink, I'm sure. And then last night I had Hardee's, one of their mushroom and Swiss Angus burgers, and that was pretty good. So everything's been pretty good, but like I said, it's just get close to grocery time. I was running low on food, but I had enough to do it. I just didn't really want to fix it. I was being a bum. So anyway, that's that. So, all right, I have blathered on long enough. I do believe. So. That's going to do me, I guess. Bill, if you want me to send you some projects, let me know. Bill's complaining about not having enough, and I think I have too many. I think that's the truth. Somehow I got in a buying frenzy. I guess the stimulus had something to do with it, but I ended up with more radios than I really thought I should have, or I think I should have, or whatever. But anyway, it's not bad, not a bad deal. So just now noticed my soldering station was on. I leave it on sometimes when I'm in here working, and then I forget to turn it off, but it goes off with the bench, so there's not a big worry about it. Now the little DMM that I've got in my MFP, that little thing comes on very often when I turn the bench on. Obviously, it comes on, and so you can. What I usually do is turn it back off because I'm not using it right now. So I have used it. You're going to see that in the video if you haven't already. I don't know when this video will be posted, but I think probably before the one I made featuring that. Because it's going. I used it to measure voltages on this WAG radio when Bob and I were doing it, and it works rather well. You can see it very good. The only problem is on the video. About halfway through, I moved the camera boom down a notch so Bob could see what I had. My USB camera sitting here, and I had the other camera on this. And then when I moved it down, it went out of view for the meter, and I couldn't see that anymore, so didn't exactly work. I should have used my new camera. I can't get in the habit of thinking about that, and that's what I should have used, was the camera boom. It would have been perfect, and I could have focused right on the meter and saw it and not had to worry about moving the other one, and that would have been great. But you know me, I never can remember. I don't know if I don't know if anybody caught this in the comments, but the Packer Bell radio, that was my fault. You guys may recall I used that radio in a demonstration of the MFP DC power supply to see that if it would power that radio, and it did. And I had disconnected that. That's Bob right there on the text, so I'll have an answer on that. I had disconnected that resistor there because that disconnected B+. And that's what I wanted, was something to disconnect that, so I didn't have the feed from the rectifier going into it, and I could use the MFP DC-PS to power the radio. And I did, and I forgot to reconnect it. So that was the whole thing. That was me. And let me see what Bob says, and I'll report back to you. He said 220 should be fine. So that's good. Like I said, we'll get that. I want to check with Brendan too. I'll double check with him just in case, because sometimes they have a little difference of opinion. Not most of the times they're right on the same page. So I've got to say that's been very reassuring. And like I said, it's just is what it is. But you kind of like to be you make something like this, and you don't want to take the radio all apart again and redo everything. So you want to make sure you get it right the first time. So, or at least I do. So, anywho, wearing my new shirt I had bought from, this is another stimulus thing, a new pair of shorts, new shirt, and bought it for vacation. I thought I'd go ahead and break it in and get it washed one time before we go down there. And so when I took a shower today, I went ahead and changed into this. Thought that would be nice. Instead of wearing the, I've got, and I know the neighbors are looking at me like, what, is he wearing the same clothes the same day, every day? Now, often I'll wear the same clothes twice, because I figure, what's the diff, you don't, I sit in the living room, I don't sweat, the air conditioner's on, so there's no sense in running the wash machine more than you have to, so I'll wear the same clothes a couple days. But then when I bought these shorts I bought last time when I bought clothes, I bought the same ones, I think 4 or 5 pairs of them. And so I know the neighbors are looking at me like, is he wearing the same clothes every day? But I'm not. So anywho, thought I would throw that in there. I don't know why, but I did. So that's that. I think that covers everything, I'm pretty sure. Videos, let's see, today you got the second part of the busy weekend. Today is Wednesday, so next coming up is part 3. That is the final on this. on the busy weekend. Took me 3 videos, and believe me, I cut back a lot of footage from these videos. So there was a lot of work got done, and I think you can tell that by the videos. But so that will be that's where we get into the WAG radio, I do believe, and so that'll be good. So that's coming up. I've got the tube testing and tube voltage check on a video. I got the tube testing part of the video done. Tube testing or checking voltages I have not got done yet. I've got it in a raw format. I've got to go through and cut it and add my little blurbs, you know, telling what's what, and add little pictures for the schematic, things like that. But after that gets done, it will be posted, I think, Saturday. I'm not really sure on that, but I think it will be Saturday. This is going to be posted sometime in between. It may even be posted tomorrow. I don't know. Tomorrow's Thursday. There's no video scheduled for Thursday. If you're seeing more of me lately than you want to, I'm sorry. But trying to get caught up on some of this before I move and get some of this out of the way, and I want to get make the move as smooth as possible. I have not done anything as far as moving anything yet. I was going to work on this one over here where the tube tester's at, and then I had to have the tube tester yesterday, so always something. So you guys know how it is. So anyway, and I really haven't decided on what to do about the desk, new desk, or I was talking to Brendan about it this morning, and he said, yeah, he said he would build a new one, and I would too, but he's like he said, lumber prices have gone through the roof, and buying one sheet of of flooring or whatever you want to call it, type of board, it's not going to be that bad. It's more than I probably want to pay, but I figure if I get a little thicker board, an MDF type board, that might hold up a little better as far as that thing, that 1/8 inch. And I don't even know that it's an 1/8 inch. To tell you the truth, it may even be less. But it wasn't very thick, and it won't. I would have to surround the outside with frame to hold it up, and I didn't really want to have to do that. So if I get something a little thicker, maybe a 1/4 inch, 3/8 type MDF, 3/8 probably would be ideal. The 1/4 inch would work, I think. Probably would be good enough, because there is going to be something connecting the ends of it. Now the back might be a little bit different, but still, there's no weight on the back really. I've got my Variac there, but that won't be all the way back to the back. And even if it is, the majority will sit on the bench. And there's nothing else. The MFP, it sticks out far enough; it won't be affected. And other than that, the rest of the stuff mounts right onto the board, the backboard of the pegboard. So, really I don't really see any problem with that. And that's another thing. I'm going to probably try to use the same pegboard, and I'm trying to keep my window view open. So I want something to be able to look out the window if I crank my head over that way a little bit and see it. So I want that, and then again the computer monitor. I'm thinking very seriously about mounting it up on the pegboard. I've got plenty of room up there to do that, and just have to rearrange some things. But so I have blathered. So I'm going to get off here, get some work done actually, and get that accomplished that I can get accomplished, and get this built. Now that I have the okay from Bob, at least I have to get the Brendan okay, the Brendan seal of approval. I still haven't thought of something. You all know Bob. That's another thing. I'm going to flash up a picture, and let me know what you think of this picture. Now, I had the other night I couldn't sleep. My brain wouldn't shut off. You guys have all had nights like that. You can't get your brain to just stop thinking. And I ended up, it was 3:30 I think last time I looked at the clock, but it was just terrible. I couldn't sleep. But anyway, one of the things I got to think about was having a t-shirt like this, made up with Bob's picture on it with the saying, "Y'all know Bob." I thought that ought to sell like hotcakes. But more so, I was actually had more planned involved in that than and it still may come to fruition. I haven't talked him into it yet, but I'm working on it. And you guys may remember Carl and I's podcast. That hasn't went off for a while because we really haven't had anybody to interview. Kind of takes people, to have a show like that, an interview show, you got to have somebody to interview. I guess we could go back to the same people. But I thought, Bob is pretty good on this stuff. Now, Bob hasn't made any videos for quite a while. And I've teased him about it and kidded him, joked, and even more prodded him a little bit to make some. He had something to, and I may have mentioned this, I'm pretty sure I did. He had something to review, and I thought he was going to do a video on that. And he hasn't done that, so don't know. Now, Bob has a life. He's not like me. He has a life outside of electronics, so maybe that's been his problem. I don't know. But anyway, what my thought was to have a Y'all Know Bob show. I thought that would be great. Basically, it would be a type of, I won't say variety show, but we could do different things on it. It might be what Bob's working on, what I'm working on, something we're discussing or whatever. I even thought maybe we could bring in some guests for a roundtable discussion on something. And also I'm not going to do it on Saturday night. If I do it, it's going to be, I think, Thursday night. Saturday night, I don't know what I was thinking when I said Saturday night, but I'm thinking everybody's like me and they don't do anything on the weekend, but a lot of people out there do things on the weekend. So I thought Thursday night might be the best night to do it. And but anyway, let me know what you think. If you think that would make a good show or not. Like I said, Bob's not making any videos, so he seems to go for the live videos a little bit more. We did the live videos, you'll see, if you haven't seen already, but you'll see in the next, on Saturday, I guess, the testing. We're back and forth, with, and when we did the printer, you guys may recall when we did the 3D printer, that was a good video. It was a little long, but it was back and forth with Bob, saying, joking back and forth, and it was just kind of a fun time. And, it's kind of like having Bob sitting here with me, and it was neat. So, anyway, that's what I've been thinking about. But I thought that I did that online. They had one side had a little cartoon. You could make a cartoon caricature out of a photo, and I put that in there, and it came up with his face. And then another one, you could add it to a body, so I added it to a body and put the text in. So I thought it was kind of funny, and like I said, let me know what you think about that. If you think that would make a great shirt, let me know. I've been kind of wanting to get into making a shirt for DERB or something of that sort, and so that might be the way to go. You all know Bob. So, and I still been trying to think of Brendan's name, because Brendan's another one that everybody knows, but you don't get to see him much. And Bob's kind of the same way. You don't get to see much of Bob. So, all right, let me know what you think. Everybody pick a name for Brendan. How's that? That'd be a good... You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.